What's up, YouTube fam? It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and I'm back with another video. In this episode of Hood Tales, I'll be telling the story of a Detroit teen whose life was taken after a woman felt disrespected when he laughed at another man's comments about her body. Before we get into this video, welcome if you're new here to our channel. Please feel free to subscribe, click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. If you're rocking with the content, smash that like button. Share this video with everyone you know. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. All right, let's jump right into it. On Friday, February 24th, 2017, in Detroit's West Side, 17-year-old Reginald Rose-Robinson and his friend, who was also 17, were walking out of a store on the corner of Plymouth and Myers at about 6:20 p.m., according to news sources, when a black SUV drove past and someone inside began firing shots at the teens. Upon arrival, officers found the lifeless body of a young man in the street. One of the teens was fatally struck at least once. When medics arrived, he was pronounced deceased with a single wound to the head. The teen was later identified as Reginald Rose-Robinson. He was a student at Cambridge High School in Garden City, which is about 20 minutes away from where he was slain. His friend was not harmed in the incident. Investigators sought out witnesses and 2 persons of interest from surveillance footage in order to find out who was responsible for the brazen slaying. They released photos of persons of interest who were in the store before the incident. They did not name them as suspects, but rather key witnesses to the crime. According to reports, a man in the store, who the teens didn't know, allegedly made a lewd comment about a woman who was also inside the store's backside. Reginald and his friend laughed at the alleged comment. When the woman heard them laughing, she thought one of them had made the comment. The woman and Reginald ended up getting into a heated exchange before she left the store. Investigators also wanted to find the dark SUV that was involved. According to news reports, investigators believed the woman had become upset and targeted the teens. Detroit police released video of the SUV they believed the shooter was in. Reginald's friend, who was there when the incident happened, told Local 4 News that the woman pulled a blick from the passenger side of the vehicle. He told the publication, "She pulled a 9mm out of the window. I was right by the car, but she pointed past me and aimed and shot him," the friend said. "He fell. It was thundering real loud. We heard the gunshot. We knew it was a real shot, but we didn't think anybody got hit." But when the young man looked toward Reginald, he realized his friend was hit. According to Reginald's mom, she wants her son to be remembered as a high school senior who had a free spirit and loved singing, dancing, and playing basketball. He was on his way to college in Arizona. Reginald's mother told the Detroit Free Press that Reginald planned to pursue a career in engineering. She said every day was a struggle for her and her family. They said they just didn't know why this happened to their son. There was no reason. It was just senseless. His mothers were completely distraught over the loss of their beloved son. Days after the tragic incident, on March 1st, 2017, 2 women were arrested in connection to Reginald's slaying. According to news reports, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office charged 21-year-old Shania McCoy and 25-year-old Erica Osborne with first-degree hit and felony firearm. The 2 women were arraigned later that day. Investigators said Erica Osborne was the one who shot Reginald shortly after he had a heated exchange with the woman in the store, Shania McCoy. According to prosecutors, it was a drive-by shooting, with Sharnia behind the wheel and Erica armed in the passenger seat. The women showed absolutely no emotion during their arraignment. Their mugshots could also show their lack of concern for what they had been accused of doing. The two women were held without bond. 2 weeks after the arraignment, Sharnia and Erica went before the judge for a preliminary examination. The hearing, which determined whether the case would go to trial, was pushed back until May 16, 2017, so Erica Osborne can first be evaluated by a doctor from the State Center for Forensic Psychiatry. Erica's attorney had requested she be evaluated for competency and criminal responsibility. Erica had claimed to not be in her right mind. Erica's mother said she always had mental health issues, but refused to take her medication. However, not everyone believed in Erica's incompetence. According to news reports, the investigation showed Erica Osborne and Sharnia McCoy allegedly shot Reginald because he laughed when someone made a comment about Sharnia's body. Reports said the women took off running for days after the incident, which the family felt proved that the incompetence hearing was a waste of time. Their emotions weighed heavily after hearing the trial would be postponed until after the evaluation. Reginald's family felt like Erica and her defense were just trying to buy time. Erica Osborne's attorney also told reporters that his client was not in the store. The prosecution declined to comment until what they called the facts came out in court. Several months would go by before the case would make headlines again. In January 2018, both Sharnia McCoy and Erica Osborne pleaded guilty to second-degree hit charges in connection with Reginald's senseless slaying. In exchange for Erica Osborne's plea, who police said shot the victim, prosecutors recommended a judge sentence her to prison for 27 to 50 years. They recommended Sharnia McCoy, who drove Osborne as the heinous act was committed, to serve 16 to 40 years plus 2 years for a felony firearm charge. Both women, who each faced life in prison, were scheduled to be sentenced on February 7, 2018. During the sentencing hearing, Reginald's mother addressed both women individually. According to news reports, she said, "This has been the longest 11 months and 7 days of my life. You were non-remorseful when you were arrested," she said. "You talked about it in jail as if taking my son's life is a joke." Her voice shook as she told the women how she struggled with the loss of her son. She said every time she closed her eyes, she would see her son lying there. The women would give their apologies for what they had done before hearing their sentence. However, in my opinion, both women still lacked remorse. Sharnia McCoy and Erica Osborne were subsequently sentenced to the prosecutor's recommended sentences and are currently serving their time at the Women's Huron Valley Correctional Facility, Michigan's only prison for women. Fam, Reginald's passing was absolutely senseless. My sincerest and most heartfelt condolences to Reginald's family and loved ones. I hope they have closure and are coping with their loss as well as they can. I know some days may be better than others. I pray for their strength and endurance to make it through each day. This case happened 5 years ago, and we can see how highly emotional anger and irrational responses can cause someone to lose their life. Just because you're upset or offended at someone for laughing at you does not give you the right to shoot at someone, resulting in taking their life. Sharnia had already left the store after the situation about the comment. She and her accomplice Erica could have kept it moving. They probably could have gotten over it as the day went on. But no, they literally left and came back shooting. The person that actually said the comment wasn't even the person that was targeted. Not saying that would have been any better, but Reginald and his friends weren't the ones. This young man was only a teenager doing teenager things like laughing at a joke with his friends, and it turned fatal. I don't understand why these women didn't choose to let it go. I'm sure she has heard comments about her body before. So why fly off the deep end in this situation? It's just heartbreaking all around the board. Fam, please let me know your thoughts about this tragic story down in the comments below. I appreciate you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.